it's nice knowing that people are out there helping us and they can provide these services to us free of charge and help us and prepare us for what's to come when we have our child.
That was Nick and Ashley. They're one of the many military families who receive essentials through the military baby shower hosted by the American Red Cross Tiffany Circle. For many military families, life means constant moves, new cities, and starting all over again. And that can make it difficult to build a support system, especially when a baby is on the way. That's why the American Red Cross Tiffany Circle is stepping in with a special baby shower designed just for military families, offering not only gifts, but also support, training, and community. Chris Torberson is the chair of the Tiffany Circle. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. I absolutely understand this because, as I mentioned earlier, I went to 5 different elementary schools, and as a kid, I had my cross to bear. But I can't imagine what it was like for my mom because she would end up in one city. I think we went from Oklahoma to, and I was 3 months old, went to Taipei, Taiwan, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just like a completely different country. So she lost her entire support system. You're a New Orleans native. Your father was in the military, so you have the military connection.
Yes.
But you pretty much stayed in the same place when you grew up in New Orleans. You found out what it's like to have to get up and go and move 18 times in your career.
I did. I was born and raised, and I was fortunate enough to be in the same household until I went to university. But then when you get into the energy industry, you find yourself bouncing around quite a bit. And one of my moves was from the Netherlands here to Houston. I joined the board of the Red Cross representing Shell and found out so much about the American Red Cross, and quickly therein became a Tiffany Circle member. And then I now chair it, and I sit on the National Council. And we are just so excited about our annual baby shower for our military families.
Yeah, we'll get into details of that in a second. But going back to that feeling of always having to move again, you and I were talking about earlier. I remember interviewing in an office in LA years ago. I asked this woman, I said, "You have a beautiful office." She says, "Thank you." I said, "How long have you been in this office?" She goes, "Oh, about a year." And around her entire office were pictures that she intended to hang up, but they were all propped against the wall. I went, "Okay, were you in military, chemical, or oil and gas?" And she goes, "Oil and gas, how'd you know?" I said, "Because you're afraid to commit and put a hole in the wall."
That's right.
And you said, "That's the way it is at your house right now."
That is. I found it so interesting that you said that, because I found that I was sitting, I would contemplate, do I put a picture on the wall, or am I going to move in 3 to 6 months?
Yeah. And that feeling, I mean, you got to get with it. I remember showing up at different schools. "Hi, my name's Debbie. What's your name? What's your favorite color? I want to be your best friend because I'll be moving pretty soon. I need to have a best friend," right?
Right.
So, I think it makes you stronger. But at the same time, when you have other things you're dealing with in life, like a new baby,
right,
that support system is so critical.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so that's what you all do with the Tiffany Circle. That's one of the things that you do. And there's, it's created, named after historic Tiffany windows at the Red Cross headquarters in Washington, D.C. So we'll go through the history of that. Created by Tiffany Studios in 1917. And it represents reconciliation and hope. And then the purpose, of course, is to create that community of women that we talked about.
Absolutely. So I could talk for hours about the Tiffany Circle, and absolutely gorgeous. And the history, start off with our Civil War, and there are a set of glass panes that you can see demonstrated in this beautiful scarf, and it represented the coming together of the North and South. And so it's a beautiful historic history. And the Tiffany Circle women, just in short, are women leaders who are deeply committed to supporting the mission of the Red Cross.
Yeah, and that is disaster relief, blood collection, safety training, community assistance programs that we all know the Red Cross for. Okay, the baby shower, how did that get started?
Oh, I love the story. So it was an organic idea. The very first year, and we had such a success with it that all of the women really rallied around it and said, "We want to do this again."
Started with just 2 women, right?
Yes, 2 women. So I was one of the first 2 Tiffany Circle women, and I called up the counterpart and I said, "Okay, if you do it, I'll do it," right?
Yeah. Was there a particular story of somebody you were watching struggle through this, or did you just, how'd the idea come about?
So it's interesting. I think it was just a matter of us saying, how can we add value? And we looked around and we said, we can relate to women. We're in Houston, we've got Galveston, we've got a whole bunch of military around us. Let's see if there's traction for a military baby shower. And there was, and it was a tremendous success. And then after that first year, we went through pandemics, we went through natural disasters, went through global crises. And what we found is year after year, every time we had the baby shower and we'd have these conversations, people would say, you know, this is the only baby shower experience I'll have, or wow, I got to meet a couple of other people like me, and so now I have friends now. And it just reinforced, one, that there was a significant need for our military families, and the second one is how important this work is.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it was happening almost organically, but it wasn't organized. Because I remember my mom, like, she joined the group, every time we moved, she'd join a group, the bowling league, the Magpies, whatever, and somebody would say, anybody have any baby clothes size this? Anybody have this? And they would all bring them and share them. But now they're getting new things, right?
Yes.
All right. Just some of the things that you help people with. Not only, we're going to go through some of the supplies in a second, but not only the supplies and the essentials, but you're also doing pediatric CPR training, hands-on newborn first aid, and education on Red Cross services as well, which even includes things like the smoke alarm programs and also all around safety and the whole bit. All right. You brought a number of things. This is the scarf that you were talking about. That is so pretty.
Yes, gorgeous. So just to recap, so when they come in, it has some of the elements of a typical baby shower where you have the bites and the camaraderie, but we combine it with networking with our military friends to, as you just mentioned, we do the baby, the infant, and the toddler CPR, and this is real CPR with the babies where you have to push till it clicks, and that scares a lot of first-time parents that they don't realize how much it requires to do that.
Much pressure, yeah.
And then we also follow up with all of the services that the Red Cross provides. So if you need smoke alarms put in your house, they will do that for free. Blood services is very important for not just new families, but cancer survivors, and very big in Houston as well. And then because these are our very special military families, they have support from the American Red Cross wherever they are in the globe. And so just letting them know about all of these resources that are available to them, services that are available to them, free of charge. But getting back, so this is actually super cool. I'm an engineer, so I like things that are kind of gadgety. This is a backpack. I don't know if you can see the little straps.
Right.
And it opens up into a portable changing station for your latest edition.
And then it keeps opening up.
It keeps opening up and keeps opening up. And it's gotten, every year when we get them, it gets more and more sophisticated. It has little spots for your cell phone and what have you. The other thing that we do is we give them boxes of Pampers. And I'm not talking about the little ones. I'm talking about the ones that have to fit in your trunk. And then we give them a whole set of baby essentials. So think about the safety kit that has the clippers for infants. Think about the duck that changes color when the water's too hot, right? And then
all the things that they didn't have when my son was a baby. I'm surprised my son made it to 22. Right.
So they start off with a little bit of food and fun, some camaraderie. They get trained on CPR. They learn about all the services, and then when they leave, they end up with over $160 worth of essentials to just give them a little boost on their exciting
about
day.
More than just getting a new onesie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely.
All right. The 7th annual Tiffany Circle Military Baby Shower is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at the American Red Cross Houston. Military families can RSVP to this event by scanning the QR code right there on the screen. To learn more about the Red Cross and how you can become a volunteer or donate for various initiatives that they have, visit theredcross.org/Texas.